Hey, so this is the gonna be the tattoo thoughts tag, which I ran around ages ago, and there was originally 6 questions on it, which I feel is very short for a tag video. So actually, I've added 3. Adding right now is absolutely dreadful because I'm having to refilm this because something happened with my whenever the last time I filmed it, and I couldn't use the file. So yeah, so this is my second attempt at it, and hopefully it works this time. So yeah, first one is, what is your favorite tattoo style and why? And it is color. No particular reason, it's just that I just like color, so that's really what it is. I'm not opposed to black and grey, I've got black and grey on me, but I just tend to lean more towards color because I like it better. And who is your favorite artist? Depends on what it is. For like freehand work, it would be ultimate favorite ever would be Halo Jankowski. Because he also does color portraits, which I'm not really into portraits so much, but he does some amazing freehand work. For clean rock would be for like new school, because I actually really like new school, like the cute cartoony new school. I really like. It's not really a big thing where I live, at least not that to my knowledge. I've never seen any artists do it. If I for like new school, it would be him. But locally, my favorite shop that I've ever gone to, like in terms of like the quality of the work, would be White Dragon in Belfast. They did my crescent moon and rose tattoo, which I absolutely love. It's one of my best done tattoos. The next one is, what are your thoughts on cliche tattoos? I'm thinking it depends on like what the tattoo is. So if it's like a classic design, like say like a rose on a banner, or like a skull, like I've got a rose and banner on me, it's like in here. So things like if it's a classic design, I have no issue with, like I think they're fine, because like I said, it's a classic design. If it's something like if it's like a trend one that people are getting because they want a tattoo and don't know what to get, so they just kind of get like an infinity symbol or something, I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. And in some cases, like when I see like everybody is getting like the same couple of tattoos where it's like where you end up with like the infinity symbol or something like that, then I kind of just get sick of seeing them, and it makes me like not want to like ever get an infinity symbol or an anchor or whatever. Although having said that, there is actually an anchor I do plan on getting, but it is completely different to anything I've ever seen. Other than the fact that it's an anchor, that's pretty much the only thing that's got in common with the anchors that I'm talking about. This one is completely different. So yeah. And then the other thing is like I've seen a lot of people get something that's like with that whole like the anchor with "I refuse to sink," which to me is just stupid, because the whole point of an anchor is for it to sink. So that just doesn't make sense. Like it's. What are your thoughts on tattoos when you're older? I don't really see what the big thing is with this, because like I've actually had this conversation with somebody before where they were like, oh, tattoos only work on young skin. And I was like, go on Google, alright? If you go on Google, you will see loads of pictures of people that are in like their like 60s and 70s and 80s that are covered in tattoos, and it looks fine. Like, so I don't understand where this thing came from. Tattoos are terrible when you're older. And here's the thing as well, right? There's so like at this point, right, that so many people get tattoos that everyone else is going to have tattoos as well. Like if people like that are in say 50 years, then everyone's going to be covered in tattoos. So it's not like you're going to be the only person with them. So I don't understand what the problem is. Name one place you would never get tattooed. That'd be my face. Just because it's very difficult to cover. And then if it doesn't come out right, then trying to do a cover up is damn near impossible. Sometimes you can get like tattoos like let's say like up here where it's like for example Jeffree Star has like vanity up here, and it looks alright. You can get like I think Kat Von D has like stars like around her eye, and again they look alright. So I think you can get face tattoos that look okay, but it's not something that I would ever get. Maybe if I was like a multi-millionaire or something, I would maybe get like something like up around here, but that would be about the height of it. So yeah. And if you had to get tattooed today, what would you get? It would depend on the artist. If it was like if it was like Hilo, then it would just be like, right, here's a piece of skin, work away. Because I would want some of his freehand work. If it was clean, then I'd be like, okay, well, this is the kind of thing that I want. Because I've got like, so yeah. And then if it was like my local, like the White Dragon shop, then it would be the piece I want to get on my ribs, which is what I hope to get it done this year, maybe if I'm lucky. So yeah, it would just depend on who it was. The next one is, have you got any tattoo pet peeves? I've got a few. And the first one is people with no or very few tattoos getting tattoos on their hand, their neck, or their face. Because it's one of those things where I feel like your hands, neck, and face should only be tattooed once you've got no other space. Like when you see somebody and they've got to say a tattoo there, and then they go and get like their hand tattooed. It's like, why did you get your hand tattooed? Like, you've got all this space on your arm. And if you've got your entire arm done and then you get your hand tattooed, I have no issue with that, right? I completely understand that. That's perfectly fine. I don't like when somebody who gets like, they get their hand done and then they go and get like say one on their face, but they've got like nothing anywhere else. And like, I don't even like, if a shop would even agree to do that, I don't even want to go there, because I've got like, to me it just seems very disrespectful, for lack of a better term, to the whole tattoo industry to tattoo hands, neck, or face on somebody that doesn't have like, that's got like their entire body to fill still. If you've got like, say, both your arms and like your chest and your back done, but you've maybe still got your legs done, I can understand getting your neck done then, even if you still got like your legs bare. Something like that I'm alright with, because at least you've kind of covered all the space around it. But I'm referring to like if somebody's just got like maybe like one on their arm and then they get like, you know, they get their neck done or something. I'm not a fan. That I've kind of got a problem with. Next one, I actually had to write these down, by the way, so that I'm not having to think of them, because I can never remember anything. The next one is, okay, the next pet peeve I've got is when people get like, they want to get like, say, Chinese or Japanese characters, just for example, let's just say Japanese, right? Say they want to get Japanese kanji, but they just kind of pick out like random symbols. And it's like, if you wouldn't get it tattooed on you in English or whatever language you speak, why would you get it in another language? Or along with that, it's like when people go like, oh, this is my name in Japanese. It's like, no, it's not. Because Japanese names are different to ours. And their writing is different. They don't, like, each symbol isn't a letter. Each symbol is a word or part of a word. Like, for example, the word survivor is made up of 3 symbols. So, yeah. So I don't like that. Like, you end up people, they just like kind of pick out like random symbols and get it tattooed. So you end up with, say, like, peace, treasure, garden, and like faith, or something, you know, something completely random like that. And it's like, would you get that tattooed on you in English or whatever language you speak? I don't think so. So why would you get another language? Like, it just seems stupid to me. Another one is like, I came across somebody that did this. They had this like really generic tattoo. It was like an anchor with an infinity symbol, which I've never understood those. But anyway, and they tried like to give it this really, really like serious meaning. And basically, it was actually in a YouTube video I saw this, and they were like, "Oh, I've got an infinity symbol because to me infinity means forever." Yeah, funny enough, the meaning of infinity is forever. So not really sure where you're going with that one. It really just felt like they were trying way, way too hard to give like a meaning to like a tattoo they got just because they liked it. So yeah. And another one, okay, I've actually experienced this, and this is actually probably the one that annoys me the most out of this whole thing, because it is something that I actually experienced. Things like the random symbols and things, I see people do that, and it kind of annoys me, but it doesn't affect me. The tattoos on like, you know, untattooed people getting like their face or something tattooed, again, it annoys me, but it doesn't really affect me. And the one with like the giving meanings to things, again, it's just, to me, it just kind of seems like they're trying too hard. So it just kind of annoys me, but again, it doesn't really affect me. This last one, whoo! I have experienced this many, many times. This is basically when people try and tell me what I can or cannot get tattooed. And I don't mean, like, when I say that, I don't mean an artist has gone, no, this is like, no, you would need to do this in this size for it to work, or, oh, no, we can't, oh, no, that there's not enough space there, you'd have to, or, oh, that's not, we'll have to move that location, you know. That's not what I mean. I'm referring to when somebody actually, like, for example, back when I got my hourglass done, which is here, I've got hourglass on this arm. Back when I got my hourglass done, like, right after I got it, I was talking to somebody, and she turned around to me and was like, oh, I know, that's really nice. We actually don't ever get any men's tattoos. And I was like, what the fuck's a men's tattoo? And she was like, oh, you know, a tattoo of a car or something. Just don't ever get any of them. And it's like, love, I'll get what the fuck I want tattooed. If I want to get a fucking car, I'll get a fucking car. And then I also had somebody say to me before, like, to never ever get a name. I've got opinions, and the thing is, I never express any interest in getting a name, right? But it depends on whose name it is and why you're getting it. So I'm not, again, like, I personally would never get a name just because I don't like them, but I think I don't have a problem with them in certain circumstances, but I don't like the fact that I was told not to get one. So that is actually the one that annoys me the most, because I experienced that. Do you like any styles that you wouldn't get? And yes, for me that would be portraits. Just because I appreciate a well done portrait, but they're not really my thing. I'm just not really into portrait tattoos. Like I said, I do appreciate a very well done portrait, because portraits are extremely difficult to, and if you make the tiniest mistake, you can completely ruin the whole thing. So I appreciate them when they're done well, but I'm not really into them. I had to like stop it and restart just for like the sake of one question, because my 20 minutes was up. So yeah, last one. What are your thoughts in relation to tattoos? It depends on like what you're getting. I feel like if you get like somebody's name because you've been going out with them for 6 months, I think that's a stupid idea. Obviously, somebody wants to do it, they can. I'm never gonna tell them they can't. But I think that's a stupid idea. But if you get something like, I know somebody who this is back before, like, her and her fiance have got like a Mickey and Minnie like silhouette thing. That is actually alright, because then if anything happens, like say hypothetically 2 years down the line they split up, then you know it's just a Mickey or a Minnie, so it's not the same thing as getting someone's name, you know. So another one is something like when you get, like, I've seen one where it was like an avocado, like one half wasn't like the avocado with a stone, and the other half was and the other one was the avocado without the stone. So I get ones like that I have no issue with. The only time, so it's just like when somebody's got like, when you've got like somebody's name just because you've been going out with them for like a year or something, I think that is a stupid idea. But the rest, other than that, relationship tattoos I don't really have a problem with. So yeah, that is all the questions, and I will see you later.